Alrighty. Welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. It's going to be a good day. I've had a great week. I hope you guys have had a great week as well. And yeah, I'm super excited about today's stream. So let's go ahead and get talking about some charts. I think everybody in the Discord has been notified and everybody on the Twitter. So we're just going to go ahead and get started today. Make sure my volume is turned up nice. If it's too loud or too quiet, you guys can let me know throughout the stream. Let me make sure it's connected to. Yes, it is connected. Cool. All right, so let's talk crypto. Let's talk about what's coming in the markets and what's going to happen in the future, because that's kind of what this channel is all about. And yeah, it's going to be a really, really good day. Super excited. Hope you guys have been having a good week. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today. So let's get started here. So the first thing I want to show you guys today, and we've talked about this in my videos previously a little bit, but there's a giant rounded bottom here on the total crypto market cap. So if we take this pattern tool over here, or actually it's the paintbrush tool, and we use the arc tool. So down here, the fourth or fifth one down, we can select an arc tool. And we just measure from over here over to where we're at currently and pull down. And it creates a nice rounded bottom structure. So you guys can see how big this rounded bottom pattern is with the total market cap. Now, the total market cap rounded bottom is a great example of just how bullish these markets are going to be. The rounded bottom, like this, especially in the big picture, is a really, really good pattern to see. And to have it appearing here over multiple years speaks towards just how much money is coming into the crypto markets as we move forward from here on out. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great day, great weekend. And yeah, it's good to see everybody starting to tune in a little bit. So the rounded bottom pattern is a very, very high probability pattern. It's one that I love to see inside of these markets, and one that plays out pretty much 100% of the time. So as we break out of the resistance of this rounded bottom pattern, we're going to see a ton of money coming into crypto over the big picture. Now, the other thing that can happen here a lot of times with rounded bottom patterns is you get a cup and handle. So a cup and handle would look like this, where the market goes up for another high, maybe even a new all-time high slightly, and then comes back down to make a handle. And it looks big, like a big coffee cup, right? Or a tea cup or whatever. And you guys can see that that pattern appears because of a big rounded bottom, but then the market breaks out and pulls back again and makes a handle to the pattern. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It could just shoot up from the rounded bottom, but it's definitely a potential that I'm watching here in the big picture. The other thing I want to tell you guys is that either way, I'm bullish. So if we have a rounded bottom structure and it just plays out like a rounded bottom, then we're going to break the all-time high, and we'll have corrections along the way up, but we won't have a big kind of handle shape that goes down. But either way, in the short term, I'm bullish, and I'm bullish to at least 3 trillion in total crypto market cap, because that's the previous all-time high. So in the short term, I'm bullish either way, up to 3 trillion in total market cap. But if we go up to 3 trillion in total market cap and we start to pull back a little bit here and make a handle, don't panic, basically, right? Don't freak out, because it's doing exactly what markets have a tendency to do as a result of these patterns. So my mic looks like it's clipping a little. I'm going to turn it down just slightly there. So yeah, the rounded bottom, excellent pattern, very, very successful, very, very important to look for inside of these markets, and one that really plays out almost every single time. So these patterns work, especially, if you go into the smaller time frames, these patterns are not nearly as successful. But we're looking at this market. We're looking at this market on the 4-day, the 10-day, the 1 week, the 1 month. We're really zoomed out when we look at these coins. And the more zoomed out that you are, the more effective that the pattern actually is. So here on the 4-day, this rounded bottom has a lot of significance. It's no joke. What's up, tech dude? How you doing, my brother? Rashim, good to see you, man. I love to see you tuning into the stream. It's good to see everybody taking a second to do some crypto today. Like I said, I hope you guys have been having an awesome week, that you've been learning a lot, and that you're really prepared and ready for what's coming in the markets. So yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. Bitcoin being the mothership. I like to call Bitcoin the mothership. Why? Because it really is the mothership. I mean, money goes into Bitcoin and money goes into everything else. So we were looking at the wedge in our previous streams together, and it played out perfectly exactly like we were looking. We were looking at this falling wedge pattern, and we were saying, hey, you guys, this falling wedge pattern's going to break out. We're going to break bullish. A lot of people are selling right here. A lot of people are scared, but the market's bullish. Don't fight the trend. We're going to go higher. Now, we broke bullish out of that falling wedge. We came down and we retested that falling wedge. And right here again, people were bearish, people were scared. But again, we were like, you guys, the market's going to break bullish. We're looking good here. Don't panic sell. It's doing a bullish retest. That's exactly what it did. And the market broke out again up to 71,000 per coin. And really, we're just getting started here on Bitcoin in the big picture. Now, if we drop down to the 45-minute, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you what's going to happen right here. Look how random that is, right? There's no consistency to this. This is why if you look on my YouTube channel, it says dedicated to big picture technical analysis, because if you try to trade this, you're going to get chopped up by artificial intelligence out trading you and bots. AI bots that are way better and way smarter than you are going to out-trade the living heck out of you if you try to trade these small time frames. But in these videos, we focus on this bigger picture time frame, and that's how we're able to play this market. That's how we knew that this stuff was going to play out. Like we were talking about earlier with the rounded bottom, that rounded bottom pattern, if you're looking at it on the 1 minute, probably does not mean anything. But if you're looking at that pattern on the 4-day, on the weekly, on the monthly, then it means something. Then you should pay attention, right? And if we go to Bitcoin, on the monthly time frame, by the way, Bitcoin looks like a raging beast ready to take over the entire planet Earth. And look at that rounded bottom. This thing is looking amazing, right? This is one of the most bullish charts I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was here for the 2017 bull market when EMC squared went 250,000%. Okay, this 2017 bull market was really fun on Bitcoin. Another great example of a rounded bottom on the monthly time frame was what happened on Bitcoin before the 2017 bull run. The biggest bull market that I've ever seen in my life was 2017, and it came as a result of a rounded bottom on the monthly candlesticks. Bitcoin is doing the exact same thing right now as we speak. So Bitcoin looks really, really good, you guys. Just one more thing here with Bitcoin too, by the way. See how there's almost no volume right here? You guys have to understand a few things. Bitcoin is priced in value versus the dollar. Okay? So that means as the price of Bitcoin goes up, less Bitcoin, total Bitcoin are getting traded, even though more US dollars are getting traded because the value is higher. So down here when Bitcoin was only worth 3,000, of course 206,000 Bitcoin got traded on Bitstamp at the bottom here at 3K because Bitcoin was only worth 3,000 per coin. So 206,000 Bitcoin can get traded easily, right? But when Bitcoin is worth 70,000 per coin, you're not going to see 200,000 Bitcoin getting traded at that same level, not to mention the fact that Bitstamp is a low volume exchange. There's almost no volume on Bitstamp, right? So to understand this is very, very valuable, because I see people saying, hey guys, look, there's no volume on Bitcoin. Well, first of all, you're looking at Bitcoin on Bitstamp, and second of all, you need to understand that as the price of Bitcoin goes up, it's the same amount of US dollars or more, actually more US dollars are being traded in the crypto market than ever before in history. The total cryptocurrency volume is higher than it's ever been in history. The 24-hour volume is a little bit lower than what it was recently, but total cryptocurrency volume is insane, you guys. We're breaking volume records between 2020 and now than ever we saw in 2017 in this cycle. So through this whole period where people think there isn't volume, there's actually been more volume through this period than there ever was historically, ever. But the value of Bitcoin is worth more, so more US dollars are getting traded. But yeah, you're not going to see 200,000 Bitcoin get traded in one candle. Now, if you go back over to Bitstamp, or not for Bitstamp, but Binance, for example, you can see look how many Bitcoin are getting traded here, right? A lot more Bitcoin are getting traded here. Or if you go over to Coinbase, this is another example of consistent and steady volume. So don't think that Bitcoin and crypto has low volume just because you look on an old exchange and you don't see any. You got to look around, do a little bit more digging to see the actual volume in Bitcoin. So I hope that helps you guys understand that a little bit here. Okay, let's see. We're breaking volume records. Yeah, we are. Just the other day, okay, right now we're 49% down, but the other day we were 180% up in 24-hour volume. And we were going nuts in volume. Like I'm talking, like let's see how high we were right here. $254 billion in 24-hour volume in crypto. The internet bubble, after the internet bubble popped and the institutional accumulation cycle started, there was stuff that was getting 20 billion, 30 billion in volume. Crypto is doing 250 billion in total volume. There's tons of money coming into crypto. So if people would have bought the dip after the internet bubble, they would have been wealthy because of the fact that that's when real adoption happened, was after the internet bubble popped and it went down. All the smart investors bought the dip. But all the retail money was scared for their life because they were watching the news and they thought the internet was a fad and stuff. But then it stayed around. Well, the same thing is happening for crypto right now. Crypto had a crash, right? Institutional money is buying the living heck out of it, and retail money doesn't understand this. And if they did, they would be able to get rich on crypto, just like people that bought Amazon or Apple or any company after the internet bubble, when the opportunity was actually the highest it ever was. And this stuff is so important to understand because, oops, I always do that. I forget that I'm still on my paintbrush. Then it won't move the chart because I get excited. You have to use this tool to move. You can't use your paintbrush to move. So right here, this was the internet bubble, you guys. This is the internet bubble pop right here. Here in 2003 and 2008, people that bought internet stocks in those two places right here became abnormally rich because they bought the dip. But the media focuses on the fact that there was a bubble pop, right? That's all they care about. Oh, there was a bubble pop, the internet popped, the internet's a fad. But smart investors were buying here, and they were buying right here. And they got rich because they bought the dip. I mean, look at what happened to the stock market after that. And look at this V-bottom recovery right here. If you want to talk about bullishness, the V-bottom recovery is one of the most bullish patterns, bullish continuation patterns that there is. And we just did a massive V-bottom recovery on the stock market, right? Crypto has a 90% correlation to the stock market. So if we go back over to the crypto, well, actually one more chart. I really feel like I need to show you guys one more chart here. I just got a little voice telling me I need to. So listen to this. Do you see this? This is Amazon, all right? Amazon had this internet bubble run right here, then an internet bubble pop, okay? Everybody sold, retail money sold right here at 25 cents per share. But if we turn this thing onto the logarithmic chart and we look at what kind of growth happened after the internet bubble pop, you guys can see just how much this chart went up in value. Here's the internet bubble pop right here. And if you look here, Amazon did 61,000% gain. Right? So people that bought in 2003 and bought in 2008 became abnormally rich because they invested after the internet bubble popped. Crypto just had a pop. You know FTX? The crypto cycle, I like to call them cycles because there's less of a negative connotation to it, less of a bad idea in people's minds. But crypto had a cycle and popped. All right? What do you think this was? Like, what do you think that was? That was a massive crash in value. And the people that are investing right now, they're the ones that are going to reap the rewards. And I'm not saying that crypto is going to do 70,000%. Some coins might if they have a low enough market cap. But I am telling you guys, the bull market is here. And because people are still in this mentality like they were in 2003 or 2008 with the stock market, they're scared to invest. And they're going to miss out. And they're going to really regret and wish that they had been buying crypto. I mean, look what happened right here, a mini version. Everybody was trying to convince me the market was bearish right here. But I was posting bullish charts because of the big picture. I knew it was going to keep going up, and I knew the short term looked like a bull flag. And I was like, you guys, this looks bullish. And it went up again. This is human psychology in action, right? So this right here is a great example. This is a bull flag right here on Ethereum. We had a bullish flag right here. And again, people were bearish right here, but because of the big picture and because of the cycles and because of the patterns, I knew Ethereum was going to turn around right here. Go back and you'll see my video on Bitcoin at 16,000 when everybody thought it was going to go to 12 or 9. And I told you guys Bitcoin is bullish, and it went up to 70,000 per coin. And the same thing is true right now in a lot of these coins. People are selling, people are panic selling. Human psychology, right? This bull flag right here is a big version of this. Human emotion never changes. It happens on every time frame, on every market, in the entire world. And it doesn't matter if you're trading crypto or stocks or Forex or silver. If you understand this stuff, you can play the markets because human psychology is what moves markets, human emotion. That's what an increase of demand is due to the result of human emotion. We start buying something because of human emotion. We get excited about something and we buy, or we panic sell and we drive prices lower. Human emotion moves markets, right? So that's kind of something to really pay attention to. Did we start the show with the guitar? No, we did not start the show with the guitar. But I'll play one song and then I'll play two at the end if you want. Just one song real quick, you guys, then we'll get back to technical analysis, all right? Let's see here. Here we go. This one's kind of a fun one to play. you go. There's a little guitar for you. Now let's get back to TA. Oh, it's a good thing that's my spare guitar because I just smacked it against my light. Okay, guys, cool. So, what is considered long-term in crypto? That is a great question, DeMarcus. So, long-term in crypto is anything above the daily candlesticks. That is the rule of thumb that I use. Daily candlesticks, if you zoom out enough, counts. But if you're using the daily candlesticks, the 3-day, the 5-day, the weekly, the monthly, that is big picture investing in crypto. Now, cycles generally happen between 4-year periods. We've had 2 4-year cycles. However, it doesn't have to work like that because there's a 90% correlation to the stock market. So it is possible to have an extended cycle, which is closer to 8 years. However, the crypto markets move over the period of multiple years. To try to play in and out in the short time frames is generally not a good idea. There's a lot of artificial intelligence trading these markets. Humans play the big picture. You can play the big picture successfully. So yeah, that's most of the time on Wall Street too. A lot of those guys play the big picture, right? Those guys that are investing. Warren Buffett, he buys the dip in the big picture. Really, the best trading strategy in the entire world is to buy blood in the streets, and that's the most evident in the bigger time frames. You can see it the clearest. So I hope that gives you some insight on what that is with the big picture. So yeah, I like to do the daily time frame a lot. I like to do the weekly, the monthly, often. Almost never will you find me on the 4-hour unless I just want to give you guys like a kind of general idea of what I think could happen. But in the big picture, you can pretty much have a type of confidence that people are kind of jealous about because they're like, whoa, he really knows what's going to happen. So yeah. So you guys, if we go back over to here on Ethereum, and we were talking about rounded bottoms earlier, this is another great example of a rounded bottom pattern that played out in the last cycle. That was extremely lucrative and extremely profitable, where a lot of people would have been panic selling down here because they don't understand human psychology, and then it recovered with confidence and with strength. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about total market cap just one more time here, because I have one other thing I wanted to show you guys with this. So when I'm talking big picture, this will be a great time for me to double down on teaching here a little bit. The big picture looks like this. Okay, this is a monthly time frame. We're looking at multiple years from 2015 till now. So this is what I'm talking about when I say the big picture. This is what I believe is the most important thing to watch in the markets. If you pay attention, a lot of people get caught up, trading shorter time frames. There are a lot of people buy something, then they sell too soon, and it moons a year later or 6 months later because they're looking at the wrong time frame. But if you're in the big picture here and you zoom out a little bit, you guys can easily see the trend. And the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. That is rule number 1 of investing in Bitcoin and crypto, is in one of the biggest uptrends ever. So if you can buy the dip in the big picture, look how clear that is. Like I said, buy blood in the streets. Look how evident it was. There was blood in the streets down here at 790 billion in total market cap. People are like, well, Dallin, how did you... Because I was really confident Bitcoin was bottoming out at 16. And sometimes people think I'm just crazy for being as confident as I am, especially in the dip. But when you're in the big picture like this, then you really can see very evidently what's going on, right? It's clear. So that's why. That's why you can play the big picture, because it's easy to see. It's evident and clear. So the other thing that happened here was a support and resistance flip, which was another thing. It's not like these are in any specific order, but if just for fun, we'll say rule number 1 is the trend is your friend. Okay, that's rule number one. Rule number two, buy support, sell resistance. And I'm typing too fast, so I think I need to quickly fix that. You have no idea how many people screw these two things up. And then the other thing is market cycles, right? Human emotion. People get too excited, they get too fearful. But if you can play the big picture trend and you can buy support instead of selling support, which I know it sounds really dumb, but so many people sold support right here. It was ridiculous. Right here in 2023, when total market cap was 780 billion total market cap, it was ridiculous how many people sold support. So buy support and sell resistance. Okay? Now, the other thing is, like I said, people get emotional. And you have to understand the bigger context of the cycle as well, right? Because you don't want to sell resistance every time, right? But as a rule of thumb, if you want to sell and you're buy resistance, it's a good idea. So like, look at this right here. This would have been a terrible place to sell resistance because of a huge rounded bottom, right? So when crypto market cap broke out of 730 billion, selling resistance right here would have been a terrible idea. Bad idea, right? So these rules aren't absolute, but it's amazing how many times people screw up because they don't understand these rules. So yeah, it would have been a bad idea to sell resistance right there because of the rounded bottom that happened previously. And same thing with Bitcoin back in 2015. You have no idea how many people were selling resistance on Bitcoin at $1,000 per coin right before it went to 20,000 because they thought they could call the freaking top. And they don't understand the bigger trend that's in place, right? But on the crypto total market cap right now, we have a rounded bottom. I'm not selling up here. I'm not going to sell up here, right? So it's not 100% absolute rule. Because I know what happened right here. And in 2016, when Bitcoin broke out above $1,000 per coin and went to 20,000, the trend is more important than selling every single resistance level that you see, right? But selling resistance does work. Okay, this was a resistance level right here. You can see very clearly we rejected off of this level, and when price went back up to that resistance zone, what happened? It came all the way back down to major support. So selling resistance can be useful. For me, we mainly focus on Fibonacci targets and extensions because when the bull market starts, crypto historically has a history of breaking all-time highs every single cycle when it breaks resistance, so you don't sell at the previous all-time high. Because that's not how you play crypto. Crypto, instead, you measure extension levels and you start selling at Fibonacci extension levels. When it's extended, it's still a resistance, but it's a Fibonacci resistance. It's not an established historical resistance. The other thing, you guys, is look how much volume there is right here. I was talking about this at the start of the stream. People think that crypto has less volume because they look at Bitcoin on Bitstamp and they don't understand the way volume works. I mean, look at this. Volume in 2017 versus volume today. All of this institutional accumulation that's been going on right here, that's big money buying. That's big money buying crypto. And they know what's coming and they know what's going to happen. And they're buying it up like crazy. So pay attention to that volume down here because volume precedes price. So when you have an increase in volume, like just the other day, this volume spike right here that happened, I'll delete this bigger circle so we can focus in here and you guys can see. This volume spike right here that happened the other day, Total crypto market cap, we had like 256 billion in 24-hour volume. Increasing price and increasing volume is bullish. What do we have right here? Look at that, increasing price and increasing volume. Volume precedes price. It comes before price. So an increase in volume means an increase of price is coming as long as the volume and the price are increasing together. But the big move in price comes after that increase in volume. So it's super, super useful to understand that. Okay, let's talk about some other coins. I don't want to get too crazy on total market cap and big picture, but hopefully that gives you guys some insight on the way that I personally play volume. Also, why is my chat live chat? All messages are visible. What's up, Heartway? Good to see you guys tuning in, man. There are a lot of good coins and good setups, but not to have shiny object syndrome. Let's see, Velo. Let's run over Velo a little bit, okay? Because, you know. So volume this is a great example of what I was just talking about with volume preceding price and human emotion and psychology. People might see this chart and they say, well, look how far it dropped. And their first initial response is, oh, look, that must be bad, right? That it went down in price. Well, if that's your thinking, investing isn't for you. Because what do the big players do? They buy the dip. They buy fear and they sell excitement. So, you know, or at least it's probably for you. You just need to change your mindset a little bit. But if you can't change that mindset around, then you're going to have a problem, is what I'm trying to get at there. So you guys can see here that we have an increase in volume and an increase in price. And we have a rounded bottom down here too. Look at that. It's a rounded bottom, but it's also a double bottom. You can see. So Velo is a great example of increasing volume and increasing price. Volume precedes price. A huge dip like this can provide an amazing opportunity. Look at the percentage gains on this thing. It's like 1,000% gain, even up to the next resistance zone up here. 10 times your money. So that's a great example of human psychology and volume preceding price. If you guys want to see my video on Velo, go back. I made one like 5 days ago or so. Velo is bullish. I'm bullish on Velo. So yeah, that's my views. How long after the rounded bottom did it take before Bitcoin did a full 2017 run? Okay, let me show you here. So if we go over here, it was basically instantly. There was like no delay. Okay, here's the rounded bottom in 2015. And if we grab this paintbrush tool over here on the left, we can grab the arc tool and go like this. And then we go like this, like that. And you guys can see this huge rounded bottom, right? Well, this is exactly what's happening on the total market cap in crypto. Before I show you what happened on Bitcoin and what exactly it looked like, let's go back over to the crypto total market cap. Here's one example of a rounded bottom. The bottom was a little bit more volatile, but still, look how perfect that is. But this is what's going on right now. I mean, look how perfect that is. This is textbook technical analysis. If you buy a textbook, a technical analysis book about how to learn how to trade, you're going to see patterns that look exactly like this. Perfect example. You could screenshot this and write a book about it. So that's a rounded bottom pattern, okay? Now if we go back over to Bitcoin on Bitstamp, and I show you guys what happened in 2015, it's the same thing. It's the same psychology, it's the same structure. And you guys can see that, yes, there was selling that happened at the previous all-time high. So people did sell resistance. There was a pullback at resistance. But in the big picture, you can see what really happened here with Bitcoin as it moved out of that rounded bottom and had a 2017-like bull run. This was the 2017 bull run, but I've actually been talking about the potential because of the institutional cycle and the massive rounded bottom that's perfect this time instead of last time it was kind of janky, that we have another 2017-like run in crypto. Now, because the market cap was so low on Bitcoin at that time, we're probably not going to have coins like EMC squared that did, I don't remember, 250,000% or something, maybe even more. But we're going to have coins at 100x. And we're going to have, because if it has a small enough market cap, it can 100x. And also, you guys, we're going to have coins at 50x. And we're going to have coins at 25x. So one of the things my VIP members have been asking me, hey, Dallin, will you make a list of coins that are 50 and 100x? And yes, I will. I'm going to make a list for you guys. The 100x coins are going to be reserved for my mastermind and my one-on-one members. But I'm going to make a list of 50x coins for all the lifetime members, top 5 50x coins. And there's going to be some free ones too that I release to the public that are 50 and 100x, both of them. But either way, I'm making this list for you guys because you want it, and I'm seeing setups that are set up for it. Now, as a coin that has $1 trillion in market cap, there's really not one that, let's see, how much does Bitcoin have right now, actually? Yeah, Bitcoin has $1 trillion in market cap, right? But out of the altcoins, there isn't a coin that has $1 trillion in market cap. Now, if something has $1 trillion in market cap, is it going to 100x? No, it's not going to 100x. The reason EMC squared did 100x last cycle, not last cycle, the 2017 cycle, the 2017-like cycle, the reason that coin Einsteinium did 250,000% on Poloniex was because the market was basically nothing. It takes a lot of money to move markets, especially when there's $1 trillion in market cap. So no, Bitcoin is not going to 100x, you guys. And for people that are buying all in on Bitcoin right now, you're going to be super disappointed when Bitcoin does like 3, 5, 7x max, right? Maybe 10x if we're like crazy lucky and we go to 1 million per coin or whatever, or 680,000 per coin, maybe 10 times. And then people's altcoins do 30x and 50x. People are going to be really sad that they put all their money in Bitcoin. Now, I'm not telling you guys not to hold Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I really do. This channel, I was like in on Bitcoin in 2015. Bitcoin changed my life. I love Bitcoin. But I'm just telling you guys the actual facts about the way these markets move. And the truth is that the market cap of Bitcoin is not going to let that thing 100x. All right? Just being honest with you. However, there are coins out there that are set up for 25x because of the size of their market cap. Even lower market cap coins that are set up for 50x. And even lower market cap coins that could do 100x. Now, is it possible if something has 500K in market cap to do 100x? Yes. That's 100% possible. Does it have to happen? No. There's going to be crappy coins out there that are worth nothing, that have low market cap, that don't 100x because they don't have any demand or any human emotion or any hype around them. But there are going to be those meme coins and even real projects that have low market cap that because of an increase in demand around the whole space and excitement and human emotion, that can, because they only have 500K in market cap or 100K or whatever, or million, yeah, they can 100x, right? 500 million in market cap is not that crazy. Ethereum has 450 billion in total market cap. All right, so this space is, even though we've moved up a little bit from the last bottom, This space is still so undervalued, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how undervalued this space is. And you guys, I've been really excited about Pepe. A lot of people say, hey, Dallin, why are you telling people Pepe's still a good investment? Actually, not a lot of people. That's a bit of an exaggeration. But I do get haters for it, for telling people Pepe's going to go up. But look at this. You think that's done? Have you seen a parabolic move in crypto? Let's go back over to 2017, okay? That's a great example of a 2017 or of a parabolic run. That's what parabolic looks like in crypto. Has Pepe done this yet? I'm asking you 100% sincerely. You have to ask yourself, did Pepe go perfectly vertical yet? No. Right? You have to understand the context of the cycle. Let's see here. Euphoria. We're not in euphoria on a lot of these coins. Why? How do I know? Because people are still skeptical is one reason, but also the chart shows it as clear as day. Like the sun rising in the morning, clear. We're not in euphoria on a lot of these charts. In fact, you know, there's some coins that won't go up because they suck, but we're not in euphoria on the ones that are going to go up, that are going to do good. We're not there yet. We're not even close. Look at this. You think that's euphoria? No, that's not euphoria. Look. Look at, let's go back over to Bitcoin, and then we'll talk about coins that you guys are requesting, because I don't want to get too crazy on stuff I want to talk about. Because really, I know you guys really enjoy when I show you my opinions on the coins you guys are looking at. So we'll do a little bit of that too. But look at this, okay? This is, to me, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, when Bitcoin started its bull market in 2017 and started going up to 3,000 per coin and back down to 1,800, then it went up to 5,000 per coin, then back down to 3,000, then it went up to 7.7 thousand, went down to 5,000. I watched this whole cycle because I started buying Bitcoin in 2015 because my little brother told me about it. Shout out to my little brother. He changed my entire life because he watched a Watch Mojo video about Bitcoin in like 2014. And then he told me about it in 2015, and I said, that sounds like the biggest scam ever. I thought it was a total scam. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's not a scam. That's really cool. That's really cool, right? That's actually cool technology. And it aligned with my political beliefs of financial freedom and small government and giving power back to the people. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. That's so cool, right? And I'm telling you right now, because I've seen this cycle, because I know how these markets move a little bit, and you guys, for the OGs that have been around for a while, know what I'm talking about. You guys, this right here is not the top of the market, right? This thing is just getting started on Pepe. So people that are like, Dallin, why are you telling people to buy Pepe? Well, because people are going to make a lot of money, right? People are going to make a ton of money holding Pepe. It's early enough in the cycle that I'm not afraid to tell people in the big picture, you guys need to be long if you want to make money in these markets. Let's see here. 1 cent per Pepe. I don't know exactly what price targets. Well, I actually do have Fibonacci levels I'm looking at, but Pepe is a VIP call. I called it publicly for free for everybody, but the targets are VIP, so I can't talk about that. But I do have a lot of targets that will be public, and when we get closer to the top of the market, I'm going to be telling you guys that I'm selling, even though I won't be telling you guys exactly what levels we're selling at, like what the VIP members get. So don't feel like you're going to miss out. But down here in this inverse head and shoulders, I made a video about Pepe before the moon and said, you guys, this looks really bullish down here. This is a perfect inverse head and shoulders. So it's a public call, but it's a private call when it comes to where I'm taking profits. So I hope you can respect and understand that. Don't fall in love with a coin, even Bitcoin. Amen, tech dude. Amen. 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 I had to reiterate that 3 times because I see so many people doing that. And then they hate coins like Pepe that could make them rich if they would just let go of their emotions and stop trading based on their opinion and start trading based on technical analysis and law. Because markets move because of law. It's like water. Water has physics. Water, if you play with water, there's physics to water. Money is like water. So don't be surprised that markets move like physics. There's physics to it. There's mathematical ratios. There's law and principle. It's not random. And people that tell you that it is don't understand markets. Those are like the people that believe the earth is flat. Just saying. Okay. What about his boys club friends like Brett, Andy, and Wolf? Okay, I haven't looked at any of those coins. So I can't tell you, but I'll take a quick peek. My friend. Okay, so if we go to the daily time frame here, again, big picture here on this channel. Is this the right one? Brett on Bybit? I think this is the right one. So again, rounded bottom pattern. That looks really good, man. A nice rounded bottom. It could cup and handle. So as it gets up to resistance, there could be a bit of a sell-off and a cup and handle. Don't be shocked if we start to get up towards resistance and we have a small pullback in crypto. Pay attention to the big picture, okay, you guys? Don't let these little swings scare you. If you want to make money, play the big picture. That's where you're going to make the most money. Okay, let's see here. Brett, Andy. Andy, we'll check on Andy for you. Andy. Okay, another great example of a good-looking chart. Look at all this volume, dude. Holy cow. Look at that. That looks amazing. Not to mention this wedge right here. Look at this falling wedge. We break bullish out of this with confidence. This looks good, dude. Yeah. This looks really nice. If we break above the all-time high, we could go into price discovery. So I like that one, tech dude. That one's awesome, man. That looks really good. I didn't even know about these coins. I've only been holding Pepe. So let's check out Wolf. See, you learn something new every day. A lot of times from even your own followers. I've learned so much from my own followers, it blows my mind. In fact, Fibonacci that completely changed my life, this Fibonacci tool that I use all the time in these videos, that we use all the time, this was taught to me by one of my viewers way back in the day before I barely understood markets, because this channel started out as a technical overview where literally I wasn't, not a technical overview, a market overview, where I wasn't doing technical analysis. All I was doing was saying, hey guys, here's these coins on Poloniex, and I think it could do this, but I really don't know what I'm talking about. And over time, I studied every day on the internet, I bought courses, I made hundreds of mistakes, I made a bunch of money, I did it every day with my friends, and literally, because of all the gains, the losses, everything I've learned, and also my own viewers, shout out to you guys, my own community, I was able to learn a bunch of this stuff, including the Fibonacci tool. So shout out to you guys, seriously. So yeah, let's see, small bags, couple moon bags, bro. But yeah, you guys can go back and watch my old videos if you want. Go on my channel, go back to 2000 and whatever, 2016 when I started uploading. Go watch those videos. And you'll literally just see me on Poloniex with like probably a high-pitched voice saying like, hey guys, I think this could do this or it might do this. Just literally it was a market overview. like a journal. And it's still my trading journal to this day, right? This channel really is a trading journal, what I'm personally doing. But because of all the stuff that I've learned over the years, I've literally become professional, and it takes time to do that. It took 8 years to learn it all. And let me tell you, I've made a ton of money along the way. It's been a lot of fun. There's been days where I was printing money in my sleep because of crypto. So, but I've had losses too. I lost 8 Bitcoin in my sleep one time. And at the time, 8 Bitcoin was only $80,000 or $50,000, you know. But still, like, you have to learn as you go. And, you know, and even in the last cycle, I made $250,000 on Dogecoin alone. Right? So these markets, you can make money in these markets if you know what you're doing. But you got to learn this stuff, you got to apply it, and you got to be willing to learn as you go. Thankfully, this cycle is going to be really big and really easy. Even a lot of noobs, as long as they don't sell, will make a ton of money this cycle. Now, as well, there's also going to be pullbacks, so don't be scared in the dips. Don't be afraid in those dips, because the cycle, the bigger cycle, is in play. And the Roaring 20s is literally what we're moving into as we speak. So, okay, let's talk about APT, because we're getting a request for APT. So this one, actually, I got a request from you, I think, in my last live stream. Oh, no. No, this might be a different coin, actually. So this is let's see here. So we have a rounded bottom structure here, right? We went up here, we kind of had this jaggedy run up and pull back, but really the bigger rounded bottom is still in play. Sometimes this happens. Crypto's volatile. If you have a pattern and there's a crazy deviation from the pattern, but then it goes right back into the same pattern, don't be shocked. Look at Bitcoin in 2018 if you don't believe me, if you're just like, oh, Dallin's making this up as he goes. No, I'm not. This is how crypto works. All right? Look at this rounded bottom in 2018 on Bitcoin. The same thing happened. Huge rounded bottom here. Oops. Let me draw a little slower here. Huge rounded bottom. Look at that deviation from the pattern in the middle of it. It went all the way up here and then came all the way back down here and then went right back into the rounded bottom and broke out. And if I would have drawn it a little bit better, I would have drawn this a little bit sharper right there, right? But that's a big rounded bottom in 2018. So don't be shocked when there's a deviation from a trading pattern, because this is cryptocurrency, right? This is a volatile market. But yeah, APT looks like a rounded bottom. I bet as money comes into the market, I don't see why APT is going to be left behind. So, thoughts on WBTC on Pulse Chain? Let's see if I can find that. You're talking about wrapped Bitcoin, aren't you? I think that's on Dex Tools, actually. So let me go over here, because they have a whole bunch of... The way Pulse Chain did it, when they forked Ethereum, a whole bunch of different coins got created as a result of that. There's like wrapped... There's all sorts of stuff. It's actually kind of crazy how many different things there are. Okay, wrapped Bitcoin versus DAI. Well, I think that these wrapped tokens will probably go up if Pulse Chain goes up. So keep an eye on them. If you want to know my Pulse Chain analysis, I'll quickly do some for you. But these wrapped tokens are probably going to have a strong correlation to Pulse Chain, just like how Ethereum tokens have a strong correlation to Ethereum. Pepe is an ERC token. So as money goes into Ethereum, Pepe has a strong correlation to Ethereum. Same is true for these Pulse Chain tokens. A lot of these tokens have a super strong correlation to Pulse Chain because it's, it's like how the whole crypto market has a strong correlation to Bitcoin, and how the whole Bitcoin and crypto market as a whole has a 90% correlation to the stock market. comes down from the top, right? And I'm not saying crypto is going to be the bottom forever. Crypto will probably take over in the future. We probably won't even have a stock market in the same way that we do, because everything will be decentralized, everything will be crypto based, and a lot of companies will even issue their shares of their companies on blockchains because it'll be easier and better for everybody. And there'll be less contracts, less paperwork, less everything, because everything will be a lot more provable and easy to do. However, everything is correlated to everything else inside of markets. Because of human emotion, really, because human emotion moves markets. So if we go over to PLS here, actually we have to do this. Pulse chain, a lot of people are wondering, well, what's going to happen with Pulse chain? You know, they're kind of scared and stuff. And I'm here to tell you guys that if money keeps going into Ethereum, if money keeps going into the market, Pulse chain will probably keep going up. I mean, I don't know the whole situation with the SEC, but I do know the XRP is going to come out on top, because XRP has been working on that case for a long time, and really they're in the right on that case if you look into it a little bit. So when it comes to Pulse chain, there is kind of a rounded structure here with a bit of a deviation like Bitcoin back in 2018. And so as we get closer to major support, remember earlier we were learning buy support and sell resistance. Pulse chain has a lot of liquidity right here. A ton of liquidity in this area. And liquidity is extremely useful because when you get into major liquidity zones, that's often where you get a reversal in price. And if I can find the volume, there it is, fixed volume price range tool, you're going to see almost all of the liquidity is at where price is right now. See this volume VPVR tool right here? Do you see how all of the volume is right here on Pulse chain? You definitely don't want to sell where that line is, this red line. That red line is where all the liquidity is. That's where people panic sell, is that red line. So that volume tool measures all of the volume and all of the price and where the volume and the price is traded the most at. And I'm telling you, that's the liquidity zone. That's the definition of a liquidity zone. So don't ever sell into a liquidity zone. Instead, you want to buy a liquidity zone. Unless the market's going up, then you want to sell the liquidity zone on the upside. For example, there's a lot of liquidity right here, right? So if you were short-term swing trading, you could sell some when it got back up to that level there. See all that liquidity right here? A bunch right here. So I think there's going to be a bounce on Pulse chain. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, but it looks bullish as a result of that liquidity. Don't sell liquidity. That's where the whales are buying. So don't sell liquidity. Exciting times we are in for crypto. Reminds me of 2017 and 2021. I agree 100%, DeMarcus. This is exciting times, and really it's even just getting started too. That's a cool part, because the cycle's bigger, and in 2017 the cycle lasted a whole year long. It was awesome. It was so much fun. It was like every day was Christmas in 2017. I mean, look at that. It was just straight vertical. Excuse me. Straight vertical in price. There was pullbacks. A lot of people sold the dip every time, but it was like a perfect cycle. It was beautiful in 2017. So yeah, I agree 100%. As we go into the bull market here, it's going to last longer than people expect. People are selling too early. They're getting scared, and they don't understand that when it's a bull market, baby. And you want to play that trend. You want to get it while the getting is good and get out once it's not, and short the living heck out of the market on the way down. Is Picoin worth paying attention to? Honestly, I don't know that I've ever heard of Picoin. Actually, you know what? I have heard of this coin. I think I remember this coin way back in the day. Maybe not. Looks like it's from 2023. You know, unless there's a place with a better volume and a better chart, I probably don't want to get into this one too much. Oh, there is a place. It's called Bitmart. Looks like there's more volume over here. Yeah, I could turn around here. This is a long accumulation pattern, right? It's been going sideways. People give up when it goes sideways. They sell because they don't have patience to keep holding on. This thing could definitely take off right here. But it wouldn't be like my first bet or anything. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. I don't know. You might want to see if there's a place with more volume. Go to coinmarketcap.com and see how much volume there is and compare it to other low caps that have a similar market cap. And if it's not doing more volume than them, you might want to consider something else. Will you look at Bobo, bro? Yeah, I'll check out Bobo for you. That was kind of fun to say. Bobo, bro. Let's see. Is there 2 Bobo coins? Whoa, there is 2 Bobo coins. Are you talking about Bobo on Poloniex or Bobo on Mex? I'm going to start on Mex here because I'm assuming it's this one that you're talking about. But correct me in the live chat and I'll fix it if I'm not talking about the right one. So this one actually looks a lot like WIF in a way. And again, people want to sell because things go up, but then they don't understand the bigger context of a cycle. And so it really is useful to have these other cycles and compare to them so you can realize, oh, look, these coins actually do quite a bit of upside before they pull back. Again, people want to fight the trend and they want to try to call the top, but when the trend is bullish, they do a lot of upside before they pull back. Now, if we compare this to WIF, oops. There we go. That should work. And that's actually the wrong platform. Dog with hat. There we go. This coin looks a lot like dog with hat. All right, the same structure. People are selling WIF right now because it went up and they don't understand cycles. But like I said, in Bitcoin in 2017, it went to 3,000, pulled back. Everybody sold the dip at 1,800. Went to 5,000, pulled back to 3,000. Everybody sold the dip at 3,000 because they don't understand the trend. So, and they get scared and they want to, people are more ready to try to avoid loss than take risks. But risk takers are the ones that make money. In Wall Street, they say scared money doesn't make money, and it's 100% true. If you want to make money in these markets, take risk, play the trend, and you don't have to shoot in the dark. You can learn the technical analysis and play these markets correctly. Right? But this coin looks a lot like WIF, and I'm here to tell you that the uptrend is your friend. And when the green light is going, there's money coming into the crypto space. These things keep breaking all-time highs. Every pullback is a buying opportunity, not a selling opportunity. And you can make money the whole bull run. And as you start to see that confirmation of the topping structure and a lower high, then you can start to short the markets. And by then, you've already sold out because of your fib targets. You know? So yeah, Bobo looks a lot like WIF. I hope I'm looking at the right one, but it looks a lot like WIF to me. So, but yeah, you guys, that's probably enough. I'm an hour in. I've got a lot of stuff to do today, so I can't really keep going. But yeah, that's kind of my views on the markets. And so yeah, you guys, keep your faith. Keep looking at the charts, keep learning, keep studying market cycles, keep studying Elliott waves. You guys are doing better than you think you are. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I really believe in you too. I believe you guys are going to make a lot of money. In fact, if you keep learning, then I'm pretty dang confident you're going to make a lot of money this cycle. So, Yeah, I got to go, you guys. I love you. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for taking your time to tune into today's live stream. You guys have a beautiful day, a beautiful week. If you have any questions, email me. Oh, also one more thing. I just want to let you guys know I'm running a sale until next Tuesday for Memorial Weekend. So if you guys want to go ahead and get in the Lifetime VIP, 20% off, link in the description below. I'll see you guys in future live streams and videos. As always, stay profitable out there. Love you guys.